I'm starting now. All right. So welcome to our SkyWay Technology business presentation. Today is 8th of June 2017. And with you today will be Annette Martinson. For those who don't know me, I'm in the company for nearly 3 years, but fully on board since last August, so it's going to be almost a year. And I'm acting as a marketing and sales director, so I'm helping to build the brands and awareness for the company here in the UK as my main goal, but also internationally. Our main goal today is obviously to bring the technology up and running and make it sure it's tested and certified, so we can go and expand the market and unlock the market for worth trillions of dollars. So this is exciting opportunity for me. Hopefully, by the end of the presentations, who are here for the first time and never heard about this project before, you will see why I'm so excited about the project and why we have more than 300,000 people supporting the project here today. I'm also obviously the private investor and SkyWay shareholder, yeah, so I'm helping company with my experience, which is in the sales and business management. So if you have any questions, please come back to me, and I will be able maybe to help you in some ways. So why are we here today? For those who don't know, the guild that we can put forward is Mr. Yunitsky, Anatoly Yunitsky Edwardovich. He's the person behind this whole idea, behind this whole, excitement. And he's been working for this project for more than 40 years, and he created his own Yunitsky String Transport System, or in other words, in shorter version, STS. It's like a new transportation system which is going to be built above the ground on a rail string technology. And Mr. Yunitsky is such a, driven person, and any obstacles that will come on his way, he will not gonna give up. I haven't met him personally yet. I look forward to do it on the 1st of July, but I definitely want to shake his hand and say thank you for to see the vision 40 years ago regarding the where the planet is going to go, where the planet is going today, how much we are damaging it. There is definitely a lot of information on internet available where you can read about, himself. There is his personal blog called, you need to type www.yunitsky.com, and you will be able to read his biography, his, a journey from back of 1963, if I'm not mistaken, around that time. And also you will see all the rewards and awards and certifications. 2 of them are the grants of the UN for development, United Nations. And the other ones also is like a gold medals for some sort of technology and scientific projects. And there are definitely all the close to 100 patents that you can check on a patent scope that, personally him is owning. The problem for Mr. Yunitsky is that, not the problem, but his vision is to change the world of, going the way that we are going. Destroying the planet, because the challenges that we are facing today is, water pollution, air pollution, road accidents, also the injuries and death, numerous of deaths every day, people losing lives on the road. The accidents, and then traffic, public transport, overcrowded public transport, cancellations, delays, high fares, it's just name it. There are so many challenges. If previously there was no, a vehicle to get from point A to B within like an hour, today we have so many alternatives, but at the same time we have such a high, problems and challenges we are facing in regards to how many other transports are available today. And unfortunately, government is, keep investing a lot of money in the old, infrastructure, and we and we are the ones who pay for it, the taxpayers. And the question is it fair? Is it fair to me? Is it fair to you? We need to definitely change the system. We need to change the way the world is moving today. And the challenge that we can address is not just in India, it's not just in UK, it's globally. In any part of the world where you go, there will have some challenges. Maybe not all of them, but some of them. And we need to, to find a solution that will, maybe not fix completely, but change or improve the situation that we have here today. And Mr. Unitsky did try it already in back 2001. He created the first test site in October in Moscow, Moscow region, a 150-meter truck, which it was tested with a special adjusted car, like a heavy car, a truck called ZIL 131. As you can see, it's like a specially adjusted wheels. But basically, he tested and confirmed the correctness of his calculation. That the heavy car was driving in front of, like on top of the string technology, and it was stable. As you can see here under the picture in the middle, Mr. Yunsky stands under the car, knowing that it's so safe that nothing's going to happen. Unfortunately, it was destroyed at some point from what someone did it, yeah, so the project was closed, but Mr. Yunitsky didn't stop to work for it. As I said to you before, there were many obstacles that came on his way, but he didn't stop his dream, and he believed that there is a way. There must be a way, how to continue his dream and his vision, complete his vision. There was a lack of funds because Mr. Yunitsky was not able to to fund all the test section and to build it. Actually, this test was supported by at that time President Lebedev. He's from his own funds. He helped him, and there was also one partner at that time who also helped him. But because of this, the challenges they faced in regards to what kind of what other business they will impact, they decided to go different ways. So Mr. Yunitsky said, okay, fine, I can still wait and see, what else is out there, how I can get the funds that I need. And the other person I want you to know is Andrei Havrato. He's a businessman, very, very, very successful businessman, millionaire, obviously. And he'd been involved in different businesses, like traditional businesses, not traditional businesses, a lot of, good jobs he did and he keep doing in order to help people to get or to receive what they deserve. I mean, he is teaching, people the system, a better system regarding the finance and investment education in order for them to get wealthy. And doesn't matter how old are you, whether you're a young person or older person, there is no limitations for him. What he actually did, he created Academy of Private Investor, and he was teaching people about the investment world, not the system that we were told at school, how to make money for someone else, but how you can make your money working for you. And that's why the SkyWay Invest Group today is like educational portal, like an educational investment portal, and also the trademark for Royal SkyWay Systems. And the reason why we are a trademark is because Mr. Havrato, a couple of years ago, I think it was 4 or 5 years ago, he met Mr. Yunitsky, and they sit down, they talked about the life, they talked about the projects and ideas, and Mr. Havrato really liked what Mr. Yunitsky is planning to do, his vision and how he sees the world, and he also found out about his challenges that there was a lack of investment, and Mr. Yunitsky said, like, well, I need to be honest with you. There were people or companies that approached me, like banks and hedge funds. They were giving the money, but I declined it. Why? Because simply, like, if you use the credit card, they give you the money to use, but then you need to pay back and plus extra money. Who would love to do that? No one. I don't like to do that. That's why I try to not use credit cards. So the same, Mr. Unitsky. The other option was to accept big investors' money. But what would be there? And no one's going to give you this money if you're not giving the the control package of your company, like a big percentage. Let's say you have 100%, and if you're not giving me 60, 70%, I'm not interested. So Mr. Unitsky said, like, but that's my project, and because you're giving me the money, I need to give you my company. Who would love to do that? I didn't. I wouldn't, and therefore also, thanks God, Mr. Unitsky didn't like that, and he declined this option as well. So he said, I can wait, But Mr. Havrato, he saw the vision and he got an idea how he can raise the money, and that's the best part. Andrew Havrato offered him, what is like a crowdfunding, let's create this as a people project. Let's allow people from all around the world to help you, to build a test section. Forget about big investors, but let's help ordinary people, to become successful, to become wealthy, to be able to be somewhere involved that no one else would give the opportunity. Let's be the one that thinks about the people, and give people back the power and think about the environment and everything, everything's so connected, so mixed up together that, it creates this project and this idea and this platform so unique, so unique that we are doing things in a different way. And that's why we are so extraordinary, like, I don't know, different. But I love that. And what I'm talking about is about the technology called SkyWay technology. Here is a video that you can kind of get an idea what I'm talking about. All right, I really hope you're enjoying this video, and the music is just amazing. There is another video I want to share with you to see what's done so far. So that was the first kind of introduction, giving you a snap, like a seed of what we are doing. But now is the best part, what's done so far. And yeah, I will come back to this. Okay, let's watch another video. Oops. Something happened. All right. No worries. You can still see all those videos, guys, on the YouTube channel. Definitely, subscribe it, and you will see all the latest updates, news, and activities, webinars, presentations. Everything is out there. All right. So no big deal. I will still be explaining you about the project, but definitely have a look at the video. For some reason, technical issue, and that's why I can't show you the presentation. Anyway, so the SkyWay advantages. What we have here today is amazing. Instead of having only one type of transport, we've got 4, and I'll call it as like a 4 case studies. So then we have here the top left, top right is the Unibike. Unibike is for tourist attractions, or some exciting kind of, I don't know, for like a leisure parks or something, where you can go above the ground from 3 to 6 meters and see the view from the top. Especially it would work in like parks where you have like beautiful lake, and maybe you have some mountain areas around. So if you have this bike there, which can go with a speed up to 120 kilometers an hour, that's quite fast for enjoying the view, but still the transport can go so fast. You can enjoy, a beautiful romantic ride. It also has like music inside, so you can play around with the music, and also there is a pedaling, so you can actually increase the speed and do some activities, while going around. So it's kind of interacting with, for interacting with people, I guess, in a funny way. And then a most popular one at the moment we have is the urban skyway. It's designed for cities with a maximum speed 200, with a maximum distance 200 kilometers. So it can also be not just within the city, but maybe 2 cities that are very close to each other. The speed can go up to 150 kilometers an hour, and it can be suspended and mounted. And then we have the most profitable ones, which is the high-speed train, here on the top right, left, and the bottom left is the cargo skyway. Cargo skyway is designed for corporate. So, for example, like in Africa, as we have they discovered, is they have good, coffee beans in south of Africa, but because due to the landscape and environment, they don't have a transport that will be able to move the goods from A to B in north of Africa. Instead, what they do, they trade the goods with China. Today, when we have had discussions with the numerous of representatives in Africa, they see this as a massive potential and, solving the solution. So this speed can go from 150 to 500 kilometers an hour. And obviously this is my favorite one. I don't know how for you guys, but high-speed train. That could solve a lot of problems for those who don't like flying, those who don't like airports, traveling to and from, doesn't like to, miss or disconnect with the planet, with the world. Then a high-speed train is for you. It is designed for long distances, up to 10,000 kilometers, so we can connect cities, regions, countries, and even continents in the future. And the speed can go up to 500 kilometers today, but in the future they want to manage to get to a greater speed, which would be over 1,000 kilometers per hour. I think it was 1,200 kilometers per hour. How amazing that would be, right? The biggest advantage that connects all of them is that we are not digging your road. We are not damaging the environment. We leave the landscape as it is. All we do is just put the pillars in the ground, and pillars distance can be from few meters to a few kilometers, depending on the environment where we're going. And because we are not digging new roads, guess what? We are much cheaper than existing transport out there today. If you don't know, then existing transport would cost, well, I could say 20 million, but to be honest, it's like 40 to 50 million dollars per kilometer. The existing trains and high-speed trains, even higher. 100 million per kilometer, where our transport average would cost 5 million per kilometer. So from 3 to 8, the average is what we would be paying for the kilometer. And again, it depends on the environment. It also depends on the project, and also depends on what is the power of. So let's say the Unibike and Unibus is not using fuel at all. It's purely on electricity, or even solar panels in very hot countries where you've got sun, not like rain in London, for example. But high-speed and cargo is like a hybrid technology where instead of using electricity and fuel afterwards, we are using fuel and then electricity. And the fuel can be used basically country can choose whichever fuel they want to use, and we will adapt our transport for this requirement. In the future, we also hope that the transport won't use the fuel at all. It will be used by powered by electricity or the solar panels. All right, so that's for eco-friendliness, environment friendliness, cost effectiveness, and one more thing is two things. It's very low for noise, so for animals outside outside the cities, they won't be destroyed. Their life. They keep going whatever they're doing, and within the city also people would not be suffering from high noise as it happens today with a high-speed trains very close to some homes. We can be built on existing roads or very close to kind of next to road. And the biggest advantage for us, I guess there are so many advantages, but the biggest one is that we can be built anywhere in any terrain. It doesn't matter whether it's jungles or deserts or a mountain area, minus 70 degrees, plus 70 degrees. It can be built anywhere. Where again, comparing to existing transport, you need a flat ground. Okay, how awesome is that? Cool. And once we build this transport, it stays there for 100 years. 100 years. Today, when we are building roads, because of the corrosion or water or pollution or how many cars are driving on the road, you need to fix the road every 2 or 3 years. Actually, one person today said every 6 weeks. But that's the comparison, for you to see how big the advantage is for this transport. And this is what we have done so far. Actually, I can be proud saying that here on the top left picture, we for the first time showcased our technology. Actually, all those pictures are from Innotrans trade show in Berlin. That was the first time when we went out and we showcased to people what we've got so far. And this one here is the Unibike for 2 people and the Unibus for 14 people, ideally. Today we have underground trains. It's designed for 80 people and there are like 150 people. So you imagine how much squeeze we are. But the best thing is our trains, well, yes, maybe we won't need drivers. That's less kind of job people, but at the same time, there is a maintenance and everything else. And for people to use the transport, you can be safe and you can be comfortable because the trains will go one after other as often as it needs. You won't need to wait like 5 to 10 minutes to get the next train. So the coverage per hour is much higher to comparing to existing transport. And as you can see here, is some videos, and here you can see how much you're riding. Here on the picture, the bottom left is a Unibike, how many kilometers you ride. Remember, I told you we have a cycling stuff as well, so it's amazing. And here we are, Unibike and Unibus is already up and running and is going through the first certifications, the testings. First certificate has already been received. It complies with 3 international regulations, if I'm not mistaken. There is available news on the internet. Basically, Unibike and Unibus, they needed to test some parts, and we have passed it. And today the speed is already reached of 100 kilometers per hour, and obviously we keep improving it. So the 1st of July this year, which is in 3 weeks, we will have the full certificate and the certificate for the transport and the technical documentation. So that will unlock a lot of projects and markets for us to go in and start building. So the 1st of July is our history, which all of us, that there is an opportunity for all of us to step in. All right. So it's up to you whether you want to be here or not. I just want to remind you, if you have any questions, you keep writing on your paper, and then I will come back to you, and you will be able to. I will be able to answer you at the end of the presentation. All right, so here again, I want to mention before I go further, remember the first picture in 2001 where Mr. Yutsky was under his car. So here's again a picture under his tray to these days, and not under the car, but under the tray. And again, he's so sure, that everything it has been calculated correctly. It's safe. He can be under the car and nothing's going to happen to him, right? And there is a little competitor analysis for those who know transport like magnetic levitation or hyperloop. Skytrain, I think, I'm not sure, but even if they have some prototype, but basically these are the four futuristic but not so futuristic transports because they are happening today already. So if you're looking at the speed, yes, maybe at the moment we are in almost half of what Hyperloop can offer. But as I said, in the future, we can also reach this type of speed. Safety, we are very high, so we have zero risk accident, where the other ones are moderated or high. The cost per kilometer, I guess this is the most important. You see that the transport here would cost over 100 million per kilometer, comparing to, let's say SkyWay and a SkyTrain, which would be 6 to 8 million per kilometer. Well done to all of us if we talk about eco-friendliness. We tick the box here. But again, if you want to build this transport, here you need a flat ground, Hyperloop flat ground, high SkyTrain flat ground only within the city, so not even connecting big cities outside, where the Skyway has any terrain like sea, mountains, jungles, deserts, etc. And again, we have 4 technologies, 4 types of transport that we can offer for each country, for each region, going in and deciding, kind of looking what challenge their country is facing, and we can offer the solution. Where here they have only one solution. I think this is very unique. Do you agree with me? And then what we are doing today, we are building our test section. This one is in Minsk, in Marina Gorkia, in Belarus. It's an amazing project. It's a baby project to comparing what Mr. Yunitsky was doing in 2001, right? Remember, 150 meters, and here's 36-hectare land given by the Lukashenko, by the president of the country. He said, here is the land, prove it. Go build it, show it. We want to see it, to believe it. And this is what he's doing today. He is building all 4 technologies. So here's the high-speed train, right? So there is a unibus and unibike, which is already completed. And here far left, and you can't see it properly, but there is a cargo train, which is also halfway through, yeah? It's very green on the picture, and believe me, it's as green in real as well. People have planted the trees, we have planted the grass, we actually have a little lake with fish, the flowers, tomatoes, it's everything there, just to prove how eco-friendly we are to compare it to other transports out there. So this is like a shop, a massive shop that we are building, where people who are interested in the technology, they can go. They can obviously meet Mr. Yunitsky. There's like a special steps that you need to complete to manage to get there. But there are opportunities for those who are interested, to go and see this park. And one of the opportunities is on the 1st of July, where they are opening the doors for everyone who wants to see this technology their own eyes, even the skeptical people, even people who don't believe in the project, people who support the project today and who are supporting us in any way they can. You are more than welcome. Unfortunately, there are like 5,000 tickets released and 4,500 is gone already. So it's limited timing, first of all, limited ticket. So don't miss the opportunity to go in history with us. And the way we've done today, all this, project is with people support. If you know what is a crowdfunding is a platform where people are able to invest the money, helping us to raise the necessary amount of money. So today we have more than 300,000 people already supporting the project, and everything that we've done today is with people support. How awesome is that? There is no other project out there that would be so massive, so, ecological, so eco-friendly, so futuristic. I don't know, it's all in one, and they have given us opportunity to be part of something like this. And it's a legacy to leave for the future generation. don't you believe in this? When I joined the company, it was in 2014, so it was here, and it was stage 1. In total, we have 15 development stages. So 15 stages where we need to complete different tasks, and obviously some certain amount of money that we need to raise. So when I was introduced to the business, it was beautiful picture and beautiful idea. There was no tangible product. Today is your luxury that there is a project halfway ready. Basically, the 2 transports is already up and running and almost done the certification, and we have many countries involved. I will come back to this. There are so many things that are already in place, and there is no reason for you not to believe anymore. If yes, 3 years ago everyone thought I'm crazy, and everyone thought, Annette, what are you doing? This is just an idea. There's nothing. But I believed, and I guess if you like to take a risk, then you have to take a risk today, because very soon we are moving to stage 10. Before the 1st of July, those are the rumors, and then we might move to stage 10, 11, or even 12, or even 15. We don't know. 1st of July is the critical time. Now it's a critical time to come on board and support us today, because with us you're going all the way along to once the company goes on IPO. An IPO is our exit plan within the 2 to 4 years, actually 2 to 3 years. Which means the company goes public, and that's it. The doors are open like for trillion market. All right. So today is a bit of risk still to be involved, because we haven't received the certificate, but I'm 99.99% sure it will happen. And these are the countries that are already involved. As you can see, they have meetings, they're signing some documents, they are having some discussions, numerous of discussions from different representatives from different governments. Here we have Rod Hook, who is the ex-chief minister of South of Australia. He was so skeptical that he was like, you know what, I need to go there and I need to see my own eyes what's this all about. You know what, he did that. He went there, he met Mr. Unitsky, and you know what? He changed his mind for 180 degrees. He came back to Australia and he was so excited, as he was uber skeptical. Going back to Australia, he was uber excited. And he went back with different delegations to Belarus just to confirm to whatever he sees and believes in, everyone can see that as well. So today he's an MD for our Australian office, and he wants to bring this technology to Flinders University and also the Adelaide City. And he's working together with the NBM company, who's a consulting company, and also the Aurican company, which is the engineering company. What does it mean? Every country that we're going to go in, and we will try to, basically each country that will decide to go and build out technology, they will be using their own local engineering company to go and build it. So basically, they will need to use their own facilities, own people to build their own roads. We are just giving them the technical documentation, how to do it. We give you a how to do it. You need to find a way how to do it, if that makes sense. Then we have the Belarus, Ukraine, Ireland. Even in Ireland, we have done permission. We have Turkey. Turkey many times have returned to Belarus as well, and they're really keen to go and build it by end of the year. There actually was a little competition who's going to be first, like so Turkey, India, or Australia. I put myself this article up, and then I think 2 days later, I was on Saturday, I opened my computer and I saw that India has signed the first contract. I'm super excited, and people around me, I'm speaking here in the UK, they're so excited that India is actually going and do it. And the first 12 kilometers in Dharamshala is going to be the first project for us to go and build it. And that, Dalai Lama also have approved, here he is. Dalai Lama has approved and given us his blessing, permission to go and, to go ahead with the construction. We have signed a contract for $922 million. We have attended, numerous of meetings, conferences, exhibitions, met so many people. Here is my team, Mila. some resentment as well. Talking to all the representatives, people who are kind of a leadership, or in the influencers, or people who knows people, just to get to the right result. And here it says, that a comprehensive solution to complicated transport problem in the state is estimated at $922 million, while it creates about 1,000 jobs. That's so amazing, is so we just need to wait for technical documentation, which will be received on 1st of July, and then the process can start. The next step with India would be the land allocation, which is already given, structuring of investment transactions, because for each document that we're preparing, Mr. Yunitsky is preparing, there is a certain amount of money they need to to send it to Mr. Yunitsky. And then obviously start the design and survey work. I guess to create the technical documentation, that's going to be the most time-consuming process, because you need to be very careful of all your calculation and everything. But it's not going to be done by Mr. Yunitsky himself, because we will be creating local R&D centers. So we built in the test section in Belarus, but the certification that we will be receiving, it won't necessarily means that it can be applicable to any other countries, like in India or Australia or even UK or America. Each country have their own regulations regarding like how wide doors needs to be, how high the doors needs to be, how many maybe windows you need to have, and etc. Like those kind of things, very technical. But you need to know, how you need to design and to put the project together, to be applicable to each country. And because of this reason, each country will need to create their own R&D center with a small, but very, very small eco-techno park. So not necessarily 36-hectare land, that's a big one, but for example, for each country, they will need to build 1 kilometer. And let's say you need to test high speed and unibus, or high speed and cargo. And remember, one truck can be used for 2 purposes at the same time. If the high speed train goes on the top, the cargo or the unibus can go at the bottom. All right. So we just need to, I guess, to see what's going to happen next. Everyone's, I guess, very not stressful, but everyone is waiting for 1st of July, which is which is around the corner. It's not very far away. And then I guess the things will go very, very fast. And because of this, all the conversations and all the connections that we have decided to open the office in Delhi as well. So I think the Delhi office needs to be open in a couple of weeks' time, and also we will have the cooperation with the local banks. So then there are going to be more opportunities opened for the people who live in India, such as, for example, supporting the company. What's in it for you? Today I can offer for you to go out there, and talk to people, as many as you can, because believe me, people not buying the product, people buy you. People believes in you. If you are passionate enough, if you believe in what you do, if this is the thing that you really want to be in, people will feel it and they will follow you. You want to become a leader, you need to show them what is the leadership. And once we have the office in Delhi, the opportunities will be open, the doors will be open for you, to also participate in this, on a fully with a full support. But today, you just go out there, talk to people, explain them about the project, get them to come to EcoFest, or come yourself. As I said, it's on the 1st of July, and this is the best event that happens, and everyone is waiting. Last year it also happened, but obviously there was nothing. Today we have the transport that is almost tested. So please invite, your guests. The registration needs to be ASAP. And the grand opening, as I said, for Delhi, it's going to be in a couple of weeks' time. So we just need to follow the news and updates from our leadership there and in Belarus, and see, what are the next step that we can take, to take the business to the next level in India. Because believe me, even if there is a small, if there is already projects in place in India, India is massive. That's only one part. If you know connections in other parts of India, just just let's go for it. And now I guess the questions and answers, for me to see if I have given you the clear picture of what we have here today, why I'm here today, why other people are here today, and see if you have anything else on your plate, on like unanswered questions, and then yeah, if you haven't got any questions now, but might have a bit later, you feel free obviously to reach out to your your person who invited you for this business or today for this webinar, and just share with him your thoughts, and your questions, and hopefully he or she will be able to give you the necessary answer. In case you cannot, then find us on any of the social media, connect with us, and I will help you if I can. All right, so if you have any questions, this is the time for us to ask for me. Otherwise, I will let you go. I believe it's very late in India as well. It's 5 o'clock here in the UK, so you must be very late. But thank you for those who came, who managed to join us today. Once again, it's going to be recorded, and you can share with your people. And I guess we'll see you then very soon. All right. Everyone is waiting for registration in India. That's for sure. But I guess we just need to be just a little bit more patient, and it's gonna happen. Everything is in place, as I know. All the documents are in place. All the paperwork is in place. It's just the final steps before it happens. But well, thank you very much, guys, for your attention today. And yeah, I hope to see you soon, or maybe see you in EcoFest. All right. Thank you so much. Have a good evening. Bye.